Recording in 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, it's Joshy here, and I'm back with another Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. Now, this is against McKinley362, which I'll link his YouTube down below, but he's obviously much bigger than me, so... well, anyway, I'll link it anyway. Check it out. He's got some cool videos, and he actually uploaded one of ours, which I'll upload later, but at this stage, I'm going to upload this one. So this was just a... I think we were just doing an RU battle at this stage, or something. I can't remember off the top of my head. But, actually, it might have been a UU, but... Anyway, whatever it was a fun tiered battle. So anyway, he led off, and I actually did see this soaking in the menu, so I was possibly expecting it. So I actually sent out Posey first, and I was correct, which is awesome. So I went straight for the wrap because I did not want this thing to leave the field at this stage. I wanted to keep him in, wear him down, get some toxic damage, because a high chance he is regenerate or anything when he swaps out, but that's not a worry to me. I'm not fussed about that. I just wanted to wear him down and get him in a position where this thing isn't as dominating as Slowking really can be, because I'm guaranteeing, especially being stuck in, he's going to expect to go for a trick room and stuff and go from there. But I want to stall out what he's doing and just cause some pain in the ass shenanigans if you are on the receiving end of this. So now he's stuck in, I've gone for the attract, and he does go for the trick room as predicted, but luckily for me, there's still that chance with him being, you know, infatuated that his moves aren't going to get off, and you know, I don't really want to take a Future Sight and a strong, whether he carries Shadow Ball, Psychic, but I'm going to say Scold or something at the same turn. If his Psychic move is Future Sight, I say there's not a second one on there. So anyway, this turn he is immobilized by Love, so I'm able to get the Toxic off. So I am wearing him down, but at the stage and speed I'm wearing him down, I won't be able to take him out and before he's released from the wrap, but that's alright with me. So I'm going to be hit with the Future Sight, which does over half, so that was a big thing that he was immobilized by Love that turn, because if he hit me with something that was strong enough, I would have been down. So the Toxic's going to start building up, but mixed with the wrap, it's taken off decent damage, and that's fine with me, but as I said, I just wanted to really get this thing in a pickle and make it, you know, less viable than it usually would be. So it was a good prediction for me for his starting Pokemon, but usually I'm way off and send out something that I've got to then just recoup from, or I try and pick a Pokemon that works well on different field levels. Anyway, he is immobilized by Love again, which is awesome. He does get a bit of recovery from his leftovers, which is a bit of a pain, but it's building up and it's working, and he's wrapped, so he's trapped in at this stage. So he does lose a little bit more, but he's not quite at half, and I thought, oh, well, you know, sussing out what to do this turn. Obviously, I'm not going to waste another Chlorophyll, because I still have yet to use a PP up or PP max on it. So I'm just going to go for a wrap again, just to get a bit more damage on him. And he will get a little bit from recovery. He will lose some more from the Toxic, which is fine, it's going down. But unfortunately, he is freed from wrap. So this turn I actually predicted him to swap out, because this thing doesn't really want to stay in, being immobile, being in love with my Posey. So he brings in Captain Hook, which is his shiny Delwise, which is awesome, because predicting a swap, I actually went for the Toxic instead of a wrap. Now, I guess he probably expected a wrap bringing in a Ghost Pokemon, but I didn't predict what he was going to swap into. I just predicted that there was a high chance that he was probably going to swap, because a lot of people do when they're infatuated. So anyway, I'm going to swap out this turn because I really don't want to take a hit from this, and I thought, okay, well, I'll just bring in Golisopod, you know, more of a hit taker, and that's all I can really do at this stage. So he goes for the Anchor Shot, so now this time Golisopod is stuck in, and I'm going to take that Future Sight attack, which is fine, but it does unfortunately do just too much. That is going to keep me under half health, so I will be using my emergency exit, but on the other side, I'm actually not too bad with that, because it gives me a free swap into Christmas, which is who I really wanted to bring in at this stage, because I knew I could cause a bit of damage with this thing. So thanks to 2 turns of the Toxic, he has got a little bit more damage on him, and so I'm going to go for the Crunch. Now I'm a Life Orb, Strong Jaw, Crunch, and I think he lived on like 1, maybe 2 HP, and I was like, God damn it. And then Power Whip definitely hits. And so, yeah, Christmas is not going to live that. So lucky enough with his Toxic, he is going to go down this turn. But unfortunately, I lose Christmas on the same turn. So anyway, so that's one down each, but also Glossopod, unless I get a good switch-in period for him, he's not going to be too great. So I thought, oh, well, I'm going to bring in my Scarfed Wormadam here. Now, this thing has, I really enjoy using it. And so then I see his Shrek or Machamp come in. So I thought, I'm going to go for Fissure. And this is the point he said that one-hit K moves are banned. And I was like, okay, well, I didn't know because everyone I versus never said it. No one's done that. And honestly, to find Smogon rules anywhere is so hard because then you get outdated ones. Half of them say Swagger's still illegal, which it's not, and it's just a pain in the ass. So I swapped out here because I was locked into Fissure, but, I don't know why they're banned in my opinion. I think they should be allowed. Just maybe ban the Lock-On or Mind Reader and then one-hit KO move. But anyway, back into it. So he lays off his Stealth Rocks with his Mesprit, and so he's going to swap back out and bring in Belly, which was okay with me. I didn't know if he'd stay in or not, but I thought whatever happens, I'm just going to get a Toxic up. Now, if I wanted to at this stage, even though rocks are up, a swap's going to hurt someone. But I could have stayed in and gone for the Attract, but I really didn't want to risk it because I expected this thing to be a Mega Evolution. So I thought, okay, well, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to swap back into Glossopod, and if he goes for any attacking move, I'm pretty much like, yeah, I'm done. That's it for Glossopod, unfortunately. So I really got to do nothing but be double fodder. But that worked out alright with this team at this point. So he does Mega Evolve as I thought he would. And yeah, so he goes for the Fire Blast. So I was hoping for a miss, but unfortunately not. And that's Glossopod down. Because if he did miss, I could have outsped with a Liquidation for sure. So this thing is going to lose a little bit more HP to the Toxic, which is fine with me. So I'm going to bring in Wormadam again. Now, this time I will not use a one-hit KO move because they're banned. I still actually haven't found where it's listed to be banned in the newer games because I wanted to find a list, but people said they're banned, so that's alright. So I went for Earthquake here, and that is definitely going to take out Belly because I'm max attack, max speed, so as a really interesting stat to run, and it really catches people off, but Mega Camerupt has like 28 speed, so he wasn't going to outspeed me anyway, normally. So he brings back in his Slowking, so that's fine. I'm going to go for the Earthquake again. I'm not going to bother swapping, just get the damage off. So it does decent, around half. So I'm not going to leave a Scald for sure. And that is Wormadam down. But I have no problem with that, losing Wormadam there, because it leaves me in a good position to bring in any Pokemon. He's not in much of a position to survive a good hit, and he's also not really where you want to swap someone else in. Now that's fine if he does, because he will get his regenerated HP back, but it's a bit risky. So I thought, oh well, I'm going to bring in Aurorus here, because he's not really going to want to swap out from Aurorus, because a Scald is going to probably take me out. So I actually just went for the Stone Edge. Now I could have possibly risked the Skull, because I am weakness policy, but I didn't really want to. I'd rather just attack, but I could have actually gone for the Rock Polish. So anyway, Hugme comes in here, here's Beware, so I thought, screw it, I'm just staying in. And he misses the Hammer Arm, and I went for Facade, which is going to do virtually nothing. Because, he is a Beware, and probably Fluffy. So I thought, okay, well, I ain't staying, and I'm switching out to Posey, because I'm going to get probably hit with a, a Hammer Arm, which is fine. But I really want to start, get a Poison off on this thing, because then this thing can really start getting worn down. So, he's obviously not going to outspeed me anyway, but now he's definitely not. So I've gone for the Toxic. At this stage, I wasn't too upset if I lost Posey. I got the Poison off on the Pokemon that I really needed to. Or as I thought, I'm not sure about the Mesprit. I haven't seen much of the set. So anyway, he's just going to go for another Hammer Arm. And that does actually take me down really low. I mean, he is quite a physical Pokemon, but I am actually fairly defensive on either side. So I'm like, okay, what am I doing? So I thought, oh, well, I'm just going to go for Sneakus, because I really need to get this HP back. Otherwise, I'm done at this stage, and then I can see where I can go from next turn depending where I'm left. But he actually goes for the Pain Split, so I'm guessing he thought I'd heal right up or heal more, I'm not sure, or if he was just trying to actually nuke himself a bit more. So the Toxic's wearing up, so he's putting himself really there, and I thought, okay, well, I'm actually just going to swap back into Aurorus, because I'm happy to lose Aurorus at this stage, as I said. I'll take more damage from the rocks, which is fine, but I can then at least keep the Posey around for possible Toxic or anything later. So I gained a tiny bit of HP there. I don't know if he expected me to stay in and go for another Synthesis or a wrap or something, but it didn't really work out to me in the long run. So I thought, oh well, I'll just go for a rock polish here. I can get a speed up so that way I can do a bit more damage later, but I'll probably die. And he misses a second hammer arm, which is pretty much just bullshit because I hate when it happens. And when it does, you just want to break everything and anything in arm's reach. So Mesprit comes in here and I'm like, okay, well at least I can outspeed this thing, I hope, from now with a rock polish, which I do. I go for the Stone Edge. It hits fairly hard, does what, nearly a third, probably be about 4 hit. And it goes for the Psyshock, and it's not going to quite take me out, but it's going to do a decent amount of damage. So I went for the Stone Edge again, hoping for a crit, and I don't get it, but he's pretty much done from any strong move. But then again, Posey doesn't really have one. I'm going to have to be a little bit more of a staller and stall him out, which is fine. But I do have the Roserade sitting in the back, which is fine, which is actually an Assault Vest Roserade, but I don't know if Assault Vest works with Psyshock or not. But lucky for me, I do outspeed, and I'm going to go straight for that Shadow Ball, and that's the Mesprit down. So that was a good 2-0 win. You know, it was pretty close. It probably would have gone a bit different if I didn't use Fissure and take him out, but then I don't know what the calcs would have been with Earthquake or anything, so I mean, we can't say I would have lost, but we can't say I would have won either, so it doesn't matter. But, you know, I really, in my opinion, don't think they should be banned. Just maybe the use of hacked ones or lock-on or that, then possibly. Because I can tell you now, when I first hacked ones, that they hit all the time. It's just like, really, what's the point? But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy that video, please do we'll wrap that like button today, because, you know, it helps out and it lets me know that people are liking what they're seeing. Throw any suggestions down below, theme teams, just Pokemon you like to see, challenges, be creative, sweeps, anything you want. I'm trying to work on some sweeps because I haven't uploaded any for a while. And yeah, we'll go from there, guys. But anyway, guys, until my next video, I'll see ya.